Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Friday evening, an end of a glorious week of weather. Hope you got an opportunity to get out into the lovely sunshine we've had all week, and I hope you've got some nice plans for the weekend. We announced during the week that the Friday sessions, we're going to make them into a little bit more like a lucky dip type session, so they won't always be an hour. They will be of various lengths, and tonight's one is going to be a short practice. You'll be probably pleased to hear. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body. Only do what feels right for you today. If you're taking part in our March challenge, don't forget to let us know when you've completed this practice so we can put you onto our roll of honor. So, let us begin by sitting. Find yourself a nice comfortable place on your mat to sit, and sitting up nice and tall, so just checking that you've got equal weight on both seat bones, allowing the spine to lengthen, closing your eyes and slowing down, giving yourself permission to move into the present moment. Let go of everything that's going on in your life and in the world, and just spend this next while on your mat, connecting your mind with your body through your breath. And let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your nose into your belly and exhale through your nose. Counting as you inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting your breath yourself, counting the inhale, pausing, and then counting the exhale. And see, can you begin to make the exhale a little longer than the inhale? And taking 2 more breaths like this. And then just gently opening the eyes, draw your shoulders up to your ears, pulling them back and dropping them down. And again, up and back and down and up, back and down, allowing them to soften as they come back down again. And just letting your head, your left ear dip over towards your left shoulder. Taking 1 more breath here. And then just allowing the head to move to the other side. So right ear towards right shoulder. back to center. And from here, just coming on to your hands and knees. And then stepping up to the top of the mat. So as you stand at the top of your mat, checking in with your feet, that they are about hip width apart, in a nice straight line, looking straight in front of you. And that you've got equal weight on both feet, and that weight is evenly distributed across the ball of your feet and your heel. And then checking in with your alignment, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And let the palms just face outwards. So stay where you are on the mat, I'll just show you what I mean. So we want the palms to face outwards like this. And we're going to just connect up a little bit of movement with our breath. So as you inhale, allowing the arms to move away from your sides. And as you exhale, letting them drift back to your side. So we'll take 2 more breaths like that. Just enjoying that connected movement. And then raising the arms up over the head, let the palms come together and raise the gaze. I'm going to warm up with a sun salute. So we're going to go really slowly here. Let the arms come out to the side as you bend forward, folding from the hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And see, can you let your lower rib cage connect with your thighs into a forward fold. Take a breath here. And then coming to a halfway lift. A nice long spine, gaze on the floor, taking a breath. And forward fold once again for a breath. Let's step the right leg back. Letting the knee come down, open the foot. Just checking in on the way up that your left knee is over your left ankle as you raise up your arms for a low lunge. And you can either look straight in front of you or, if you prefer, look up at the ceiling. Let's take a breath here. And then stepping back, framing the foot and stepping back into your plank. Shoulders over wrists, little micro bend in the elbows. Taking a breath. And then coming down on your knees, feet, chest, belly, and let the lifting the forehead and chest away from the mat for a back bend. Taking a breath. Then pushing up through your hands, drawing the hands back a little closer to you so they're just an inch or 2 in front of your shoulders. Curling the toes, push the hips back as we come up into our downward dog. So keeping the knees bent and the heels up off the mat, push your hips back towards the back of the mat. Lengthening the spine. Let the gaze go towards your belly button. And then start to just pedal your feet gently and legs to help them begin to stretch out until you come to your point of stillness, which can be whatever works for you. So it's fine to have your knees bent and your heels away from the mat. Just keeping that length in the spine. One more breath. And then let's just get this right leg up to the top of the mat for a low lunge. Taking a breath. Just checking that your arms are running up past your ears. So we don't want to have them in front of the ears. Have them running up alongside your ears.
And hands down either side of the foot. Stepping that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Take a breath. And bend the knees, coming all the way up to stand, palms together. Raise the gaze, take a breath. Sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold for a breath. And halfway lift for a breath. Forward fold once again. Stepping that left leg back for your low lunge. And then through to your plank. Let's take 3 breaths in plank. And then coming down on your knees, feet, chest, and then belly, and lifting into a little back bend here. Pushing on up through your hands, through tabletop, adjusting the hands as much as you need to make your way into your downward dog. And let's take 3 breaths here. See, can you engage your core, letting your breath help you here. As you exhale, just drop the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And then let's get that left leg up to the top of the mat, helping it along the way if you need to, as you lift up into a low lunge. And hands down either side of the foot, stepping that right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. And bending the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, bringing them down into prayer at the chest. Well done. Hopefully you're feeling nicely loosened up after that. So now let's just step the right leg back and bending this front leg, the front knee, so it's over the ankle. And raising the left arm up, drawing it over the head. Follow it with your gaze, letting your right hand just run down the back of that right leg. As we take 2 breaths here. And coming to upright, let's take that on the other side. So stepping the right leg up, let's step the left leg back and bending this right knee. Again, letting the left hand come onto the back of the left thigh, turning the right palm upwards, following it with your gaze as you draw it over your head and just have a nice little back bend here. Good, and coming upright. Again, stepping this left foot back up to the top of the mat. Let's draw the feet together, toes together, heels a little bit apart. And we're going to sit back into a chair. So letting the hips go backwards, keeping the knees as much as possible over the ankles. They'll come a little bit in front, but what we're trying to avoid is them coming right in front of the toes. So then raising the arms up, and let's take 3 breaths here. Again, letting the core help you here. Drawing up the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. One more breath. And then hinging forward from the hips, let the hands come down onto the mat and begin to bring a little straightness into the legs. So if you're very mobile and you don't have any problems with a forward fold with straight legs, good for you. but keep a softness in your knees. So we don't want to lock the knees at any point. One more breath here. And then letting the hands come fully down onto the mat. Let's come down onto all fours. And in this tabletop position, just checking in with the hands, fingers open nice and wide, having those index fingers parallel with each other. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and your feet straight out behind you. So we've got a nice, long, flat back, like a tabletop, as its name suggests. And let's do a couple of cat-cows here, trying to synchronize the breath with the movement. So inhaling into your cow pose as you tilt your pelvis, dip the belly, open the chest, raise the gaze, and then exhale through to a cat, tucking your tailbone in, rounding through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And then just nicely flowing between these two movements. Inhaling into cow and exhaling through to cat. 3 more of these. Really feeling that connection between your breath and the movement. And then coming to stillness here with the right leg, just stretching it out behind you and lift it up to hip height. Then bending your knee, lift the leg up a little bit higher. And then tucking it in to bring your knee towards your nose. Then lifting the leg back out behind you and tucking it in. And again, lifting it up. Tucking it in one more time. Lifting it up, letting the gaze raise as you lift it up. And tucking it in. Good. Let's take that to the other side. So let the left leg come out long, up to hip height, bending the knee. Raise it up a little higher. And then tucking it into the nose and lifting it up behind. And in and up. In and up. And one more time. Tucking it in and lifting it up. Good. Coming back down onto all fours as we lift up onto our knees. And from here, putting your hands onto your hips, we are going to draw a little arc with our nose as we start to raise the head up, then start to bring in the back bend and just go as much as is comfortable for you here as we hold it here. One more breath. And coming to upright, pushing the hips back towards the heels. Let's come down into a child's pose, letting the forehead come onto the mat and the arms down by your side. Or if that's not comfortable for you, you can always let the knees come out and the feet together and put one fist on top of the other. So whatever feels good as you just take a few moments rest. One more breath here. And then making your way up to sit. Let the legs come out long in front of you, toes pointing up to the ceiling. And let's step this left leg across the right, just pressing the elbow against the side of that left leg. And enjoy a little twist here, so allowing the body to look towards the back of the mat. Softening the shoulders here, releasing the jaw. Taking 2 more breaths. And coming back to center, let's take that to the other side. So stepping that right leg over the left and taking your nice little twist here. Good, enjoying that nice stretch of the right leg. I'm sure you can feel that on the outside of that right leg. 1 more breath. And coming back to center. And let's now just lower the back down onto the mat with your right knee. Just draw it across your left leg and let it come onto the floor on the left side. Just with your hand resting on your knee to encourage it to stay down near the floor. Open your right arm out and turn your gaze to the right. So hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch here in your upper body, especially your armpit and shoulder. 1 more breath. And coming back into the center, taking that to the other side. So drawing that left leg across, encouraging the knee to come all the way down onto the mat, onto the floor or the mat. Holding it there with your right hand, opening the left hand out and turning the gaze. You can adjust your upper body so it's a little bit more comfortable. Taking 2 more breaths here. And again, coming back into the center. Let's now raise the right leg up and the left, and we're going to cross the left leg over the right. So we want the knee, the left knee, over the right knee. See how you get on with this pose. See, can you hold on to the outside edge of that left foot and then the outside edge of the right foot. Still having one knee on top of the other. You should feel really good stretch here. It's a really nice pose. If you've got any issues with sciatica, it can just be very helpful. If you're finding it very difficult to reach that, you can always just cross the legs to wherever they go and hold on to the backs of your thighs. So working with your body. 2 more breaths here. And then releasing it, letting the legs come down, feet onto the mat, cross the right leg over the left, lifting both legs up again. This time your right knee is on top of the left knee, and again holding on to the outside edge of both feet if you can, or alternatively holding on to the backs of your thighs. Just allowing the pose to do its work as it stretches out those legs. Two more breaths. And then unraveling the legs to hug those knees into the chest as you take a little bit of movement here. And then coming to stillness, letting the feet come down onto the mat, the arms down by your sides, and let the legs come out long, turning the palms upwards as you completely relax and let go, giving your body the opportunity to just absorb all of that work and stretching you've done and to get the full benefit of it. Letting go your feet, your lower legs and upper legs. Letting go the whole back of your body, the whole front of your body. Letting go your shoulders, your upper arms, your forearms and your hands. Letting go your face and your jaw, your lips and your tongue. The whole of your body, just letting it go. And pausing for some time for gratitude. Gratitude to yourself, gratitude to your body, and gratitude to your breath. Letting your attention go to your breath as you just observe yourself breathing. And spending a few moments here in relaxation, focused on your breath.